Why don't we come onto our backs? And you might find it most comfortable to bend your knees, maybe resting them together or have them out to the side, or just have your legs out straight if that's better for your body. And we can have the arms out to the side, or if you like to guide your breath, you can place one hand on your belly and one on your chest. I invite you to close your eyes. Feel the weight of the body resting into the ground. Back of the head. Backs of the shoulders. The buttocks. The feet. The backs of the arms. And then move your awareness to the inside of your body, feeling the movement of breath. And begin to slow the breath down, deepen, filling the lungs. Inhaling from bottom to top, long and wide, and exhaling from top to bottom, sinking into the ground even more. Take your time. Enjoy a luxurious breath. And then if your legs are bent, straighten your right leg. If your legs are straight, bend your left leg. And we'll pull that left knee into the chest and flex the right foot, extending the heel out away from you. Pull the chin in a little so the neck is long. Maintain a slow, deep breath. Imagining that you're reaching the breath all the way to the right heel. Take your time and really breathe the whole breath until there's no more space left. And notice where the breath goes in your body. Each shape that we create makes a different shape inside for the breath to fill in. And we'll bring the left hand around to the inside of the leg, to the bottom of the foot, and then lift the foot to hover over the knee. Bring the right arm overhead, still reaching long out of the right foot, and then also the hand. And then when you exhale, you can drop the back of the left shoulder toward the floor. Let the left hand become heavier on the foot, bringing the whole leg closer to the ground. And then bring that right foot a little bit over to the left. And bring your head and arm over to the left. Noticing if where you feel the breath most changes. And bring the leg and arm back straight. And then straighten that left leg out to the side. You may need to let go of the foot and hold on elsewhere. But try to get the leg out to the side. The aim is not to get it to the ground. Don't be confused by my leg being on the ground. What's most important is that it's not further than 90 degrees away from you. If it is, it's probably easy to get it on the ground, but you're not really getting the benefit of the stretch as much. So you want it at least 90 degrees and maybe even less if you can pull it up toward that left shoulder. And then we'll turn the head to the right. You can bring the right arm out to the side. Staying connected to the internal experience using your breath. And then bring your head center, and then use your left arm to lift the left leg center and clasp your hands behind the back of the left leg. And then bend and straighten that left knee, flexing your foot as you straighten. Keep the right foot flexed as well. And then keep the leg straight. Point and flexing the foot. And relax the foot and circle it around slowly. Maybe moving your awareness into the foot, really feeling all those tiny muscles you're using and stretching and moving, and circle the other way. And then come back to a flexed position, holding there. Taking a really long breath in, and then as you exhale, sliding your hand up toward your foot as far as it'll go. And you can stay like this, or if you prefer, you can lift your head up toward your knee, and then we'll let the elbows bend, even just the tiniest fraction, just so there's some slack, and have them hang down to the side rather than down to the ground rather than out to the side. And then on your inhale, breathe long up toward the crown of your head. On your exhale, draw your belly in toward your spine. If your head is in the lifted position, you can also reach longer out of your head. Pressing out through the heel. Take your time to complete the in-breath and the out-breath. If your head is lifted, lower it back down. And lay the left arm out to the side. Bring the right hand to the outside of your left leg. And aim your left leg to the right only as much as you can go without lifting your hip off the ground. But go as far as you can go while staying grounded into that left side. And we'll turn our head to the left. Steady, slow breath. And then bring your leg all the way down to the ground, keeping it straight. And again, try your best to have it 90 degrees from your body. And if you can bring it even closer to that right shoulder, Feel free. Turn your head all the way to the left. Exhale and release down into your right hip. Inhale up into your left shoulder. Exhale, relax the shoulder down toward the ground. Notice where the body is constricted by the twist, and see if you can breathe through and past the constriction in order to reach up into your chest. And then letting the knees bend a little, roll back onto your back, placing the left foot onto the right knee, having the right knee fully bent. Clasp your hands behind the back of the right thigh, lifting the right foot to the height of the knee. Flex both feet, please. And deep breath in. And exhale, press the right foot toward the left foot, pulling the chin in. Breathing all the way in. Expanding across the ribs. Maybe feeling it coming down into your lower back. And then release that left leg straight out onto the ground. Clasp your hands around the outside of the right knee, drawing the right knee in toward the chest. Flex the left foot and breathe long. Draw the belly in as you exhale. See if you can feel that almost rocking motion of your breath. Almost like the inhale curls up toward the tailbone, and then the exhale rocks back in the direction of your head. And then we'll bring that right arm to the inside of the right leg and around the bottom of the foot. And then lift the foot to the height of the over the knee And bring the left arm overhead, reaching long from foot to hand. Exhaling, dropping the back of the right shoulder toward the ground, the hand becoming heavy on the foot. Notice all the places the breath can access here. And then bring that left leg over to the right. Bring your head and left arm over to the right. Notice if the breath has changed at all by this small movement. And bring the leg and arm and head back. Straighten the right leg out to the side. Bring the left arm out to the side. Turn your head to the left. And support that right leg from wherever you need to so that you can have it straight out to the side, or perhaps if you can, even lifting it a little bit higher toward that right shoulder. And then lift that leg straight up in the air, the right one. Clasp behind the back of the leg. And bend the knee and straighten. Bend and straighten, flexing the foot when you straighten. And then hold the leg straight and point and flex the foot. Slowly pressing up through the heel and then through the toes. And relax the foot and circle it around. If your eyes are open, you might try closing them and really connect inwardly with the feel of the foot circling. And reverse directions. Come to stillness and flex the foot And the left foot is flexed as well. And then on an exhale, slide the hands up the leg if you can. And then bend the elbows, pointing them straight down. If you want to lift your head up toward your knee, go ahead and do that. You don't need to, of course. And then we'll focus on lengthening the inhale. And if your head is lifted, lengthening up through the head. Exhale, belly draws in toward the spine. If your head was lifted, lower it back down. Release the right arm out to the side. Bring the left hand to the outside of the left leg. And then pull that left leg as much over to the right as it will go without lifting that right hip off the ground. Turn your head to the right. And then we'll bring that right leg all the way down to or toward the ground. And again, try to have the leg at least straight out to the side, if not even closer up toward your left shoulder. Turn your head to the right. Relax your left leg and let the left hip ground into the earth. Try to still breathe from belly to chest, moving past the twist, all the way up to your right shoulder. And then on an exhale, relax the right shoulder down toward the ground. And then letting the knees bend, we'll roll onto our backs, placing the right foot on top of the left thigh, just above the bent knee. Straighten out your head and your back. Clasp your hands behind the back of your left leg. lifting the left foot to the height of the right foot, flexing both feet, taking a nice deep breath in, and then when you exhale, press the left foot toward the right foot. Chin comes in, so the whole spine is long. Try to relax through that right leg. And then relax your hands. Bring the left foot down. Place the right foot on the ground. And bring the soles of the feet together and the knees out to the side. Resting your hands at your inner thighs. Letting the weight of your legs release beneath the weight of your hands. And release your hands. Roll over to either side, resting your head on your arm for a moment. And then with your other hand on the floor in front of you, press yourself up, and we'll come all the way onto hands and knees. You can come onto fists or hands, lining them up under the shoulders, knees under the hips. And we'll start by moving the hips from side to side, but also slightly curling them up. So it's like you're aiming the hip for the shoulder, and then look over the shoulder that the hip curls up toward. Coordinate the movement with your breath in whatever way that feels right to you. Good. And then the next time you're curled to the left, stay there. And walk the arms over to the left as far as they'll go. And then reach your left hand back for your ankle if you can. If you don't reach your ankle, anywhere on your leg is fine. If you can reach your heel or your ankle easily, you might reach back for the other one. the further one. And then with the right hand firmly planted below the right shoulder, press down into the ground and breathe deep. And then on your exhale, pull gently with your left hand. Take your time with your breath. And release the back hand, walking both hands around to the front and over to the right, taking it as far as you'll go. Planting that left hand under the shoulder and bringing the right hand back to the heel or ankle or leg, maybe the further one. And then inhale and press down into the left hand. Exhale, pull with your right hand, lengthening through your left side. Can you feel the breath coming up inside those left ribs and maybe expanding them a little more? Breathing into that distance between the bottom rib and the hip bone. And release the back hand. Come back around to the front. And then with an inhale, tilt the tailbone up, drop the belly down, lift the chest and eyes up. Exhale, tailbone down, belly up, head down. Push the hands into the ground. Inhaling, lengthening the front of the body. Exhaling, lifting the front of the body, lengthening the back of the body. Continue on your own. Last one. Come back to neutral spine. Keep the hips lined up over the knees and walk the hands forward. Keeping the hands shoulder width apart. Dropping the chest. Coming onto the forehead, or if you can, the chin, or maybe even the cheek. Try to keep the elbows straight. And then when you exhale, drop your upper back toward your chest. Stay with a deep, long breath. Maybe pull your hips back a tiny bit. If you're on your cheek, switch to the other one. And if you're on your cheek, come center. And then we'll all walk the hands in, lifting the body up and round the back again. Good. And then come to neutral spine. Step the right foot up. Bring one hand on either side of the foot and drop the hips down, coming into a lunge. And if you want, you can have the right hand on the right leg and lift the left arm up. If you want, you can have both arms up. I would suggest doing whichever one lets you open this left hip the most. Sometimes that means keeping the hands down. Just feel into what's going to serve you most. So if you have the one-handed version, the right hand presses down into that right leg, helping you get a little bit longer through the left side. And then release both hands down. We'll bend that left leg, reach behind for the left foot and pull the heel toward the buttock. And then aim your left hip for your right foot. Look over your right shoulder. And then maybe even roll the right shoulder back away from your face. Hugging that heel in toward the buttock. Tucking the left ribs under you. And release the hand and foot. Bring the leg back. Step the left foot forward. One hand on either side, bending deeply into that left knee, having the knee line up over the ankle. And then lifting the chest. You can also lift the torso and the arms or arm. And if you have the left hand down, you're pushing down to lift up. Aim the tailbone for your left calf. Lift the breath up into your heart. And bring the arms down if they're not already there. Bend your right leg and reach your left hand back for your foot. And then once you have your foot, or if you don't have your foot, maybe a strap or your pants, you're going to lower that right hip back down and then aim it for the left leg and look over your left shoulder, pulling the heel toward the buttock. Roll the shoulder open away from the face, twisting in the ribs, bringing those right ribs under you, looking back behind you. And release the hand, send the left leg back, walk the hands in, roll yourself up, coming to stand on the knees. Place the left hand on the belly, the right hand on the chest. Close the eyes if you can. Breathe from belly to chest. And then bring the right hand back to the right heel. And if you don't reach, you can curl your toes under. And if you still don't reach, just bring the hand onto the hip. That works great. And then lean back, drop your head back. Breathe into your chest, and then release your left hand to your left foot. Again, curling the toes under if you need, or just bringing it to the hip. Bring the tailbone under you. Relax the head back. Breathe belly to chest. Accentuate the breath at the heart. Bring the right hand to the belly and lift yourself up. Bring the left hand to the chest. And release both hands. We're going to bring the head to the ground and then tuck the head and bring it as close to the knees as you can. So you're almost on the back of your head rather than the top of your head. Bring the arms around to the outside of your thighs. Turn the palms to face out with the thumbs up and wrap the hands around the heels. And of course, if you don't reach the heels, around the legs. Just so that you can hold on and then lift your hips up as high as they'll go. Bringing the head as close to the knees as possible. Release the hands to the floor on either side of your head and lift your head slowly off the ground. Walk the hands forward until they're about a hand's length in front of the shoulders. Spread the fingers wide. Curl the toes. Take a breath in. And then exhale and lift the knees. Press forward through the hands, press back through the thighs, and down through the heels. Roll the shoulders down the back. And then as you inhale, press forward through the fingers and lengthen back through the hips, elongating the spine. As you exhale, press down through the heels, elongating the legs. And walk the feet up to the hands. Tuck the chin to the chest. Roll yourself up slowly. Reaching up with the arms. Deep breath in. Exhale, fold forward with straight legs. You can bring your hands to the backs of your legs, under your feet. Maybe take hold of the opposite elbows and just hang down. Or clasp the hands behind the back of the head. Whatever you like. Push the feet down into the ground. Lift the thighs. Lift the creases of the tops of the thighs. And then when you exhale, lift the lower belly in and up. Bend the knees, releasing the hands to the ground. Lower the buttocks all the way down. Coming onto your back. Bring the hands around the knees. Lean back. And slowly lower onto the ground. Lift your tailbone, tuck it under, and then release your legs, shake them out. If you're using an eye pillow, you can place that on your eyes now. And let the arms come out to the sides. Let the legs rest away from each other. Take a deep breath in through the nose. Exhale out of the mouth, releasing the weight of the body into the earth. Inhale deep. Exhale out of the mouth, releasing the jaw, letting the lips slightly part. Inhale deep. Exhale out of the mouth, releasing the activity of the mind. And then releasing even the breath. So allowing the breath to just happen without orchestrating or controlling or even judging, just letting the breath be. And bringing your full attention to the feel of the breath just as it is. Notice where it is in the body and just rest your mind there. Letting go of thoughts, letting go of body, letting go of breath, letting go. Breathe into your heart. Move fingers and toes. Reach the arms overhead. Take a deep breath, stretch long. Hug the knees to the chest and rock side to side, feeling the ground massaging your back. Come center, rub the bottoms of the feet together and the hands together. And then roll over onto either side, resting your head on your underside arm, resting your body on the ground, resting your mind and whatever's alive inside of you right now. Just fully taking in this moment. And then slowly press yourself up to sitting. Let your head come up last. Come into any comfortable seated position. Sinking down into the sit bones, lifting tall through the crown of the head. Inhale, arms reach up. Exhale, hands together at the heart. Inhale the heart up to the hands. Exhale, shoulders relax down. Inhale deeply, breathing in from bottom to top. Take it all in. Let it all go. Drop the chin to the chest. Namaste.